Hello, good morning, class. For today's reading is going to be about May Jemison, the Star. This reading is coming from this week's folder, so if you want to read it again or follow up, it's also the reading that goes along with the questions. So tune it in could help you better understand the passage. Let's start. During summer breaks from school, May went to Cuba and Kenya to learn about medical care in other countries. May wanted to use her medical degree to help others. After her experience abroad, she decided to join the Peace Corps in 1983. She served in the Peace Corps for 2.5 years. During her time as a medical officer in the Peace Corps, she was able to use her knowledge of Swahili while working in West Africa. Not only does May speak English and Swahili, but she speaks Russian and Japanese as well. Launching her way into the history books. Over the years, May continued to think about her dream to go to space, so she applied to be an astronaut for NASA. Even though May's first application was denied because NASA stopped taking on astronauts at the time, she didn't give up. She applied a second time. In 1987, May was one of 15 people chosen to become an astronaut out of 2,000 applicants. That's a lot of people. 5 years later, May worked on the STS-47 mission to study life in space. NASA had a joint mission with Japan for this flight. On the same mission was the first Japanese national to fly in space, Mamoru Mahi. May studied in space for 8 days. Her experience in space was so important that she wanted to encourage more space travel. Continuing her scientific work. After leaving NASA, May started her own business. One business was a camp called The Earth We Share. It is started through the Dorothy Jemison Foundation for Excellence, named after May's mother in honor of her work as an educator. The camp helped kids learn more about science. Kids go to the camp from around the world. At the camp, young scientists get to use their imagination and share their ideas about future missions. May currently lives in Houston, Texas. There she is leading the 100-year Starship initiative through the United States Defense Advanced Research Program Agency. The goal of this DARPA program is to make sure human space travel to another solar system is possible within the next 100 years. In 2012, May's team won a grant to research how to travel to other stars. The first page, continuing on to her arts and science. All throughout her life, May had an artistic side. She is trained as a dancer, choreographer, and actor. Using her training, she has appeared on television over the years. When she was younger, she looked up to Uhura, a female officer in the television show Star Trek. Her real life blurred with her childhood imagination as she guest starred in the television show Star Trek, The Next Generation. She starred in Star Trek, that's cool. May jumped at the chance to play Lieutenant Palmer in one episode. This is another episode of her childhood dream coming true. It was also another experience that showed May the importance of arts and expanding her imagination. In her TED Talk in 2002, May said, "We need to revitalize the arts and sciences right now, 2002. She says that understanding the arts can help young learners understand science better. May ended her TED Talk by saying, "I like to think of ideas as potential energy. They're really wonderful, but nothing will happen until we risk putting them into action." She thinks it's time to act. It's time to teach the arts and science together. There is no doubt that May use her imagination and work to go beyond her normal boundaries. She is still trying to go beyond her earthly boundaries. The world, and maybe even a new star, is her oyster. Alright, that's introducing May Jemison, the Star. You guys can replay this video or reread it at home if you want to get a better understanding. Maybe I was reading too quick, I don't know. Feedback helps. Alright, that's for today's story.